Well, hello Aquarius, this is Joe, and we are going to do your July 2020 General Tarot reading. I've gone ahead and shuffled the cards and laid them out so we could save some time and get right to it. This is an intuitive reading, so it's not going to be for everybody, and you'll know if it's for you because it'll make you feel something. It'll click with you, and with that said, we are going to get right into it. So Aquarius, July 2020 General Tarot reading. What is the message or messages for Aquarius? All right. So Aquarius, what's going on? Let's see. Bottom of the deck with the Emperor. Very nice. So this is the overall kind of foundation. The overall theme of this is the Emperor, and to me, when I see the Emperor in this, I intuitively feel like this is referring to having strength, durability, being true to yourself, knowing your power, having an unwavering vision and belief in whatever it is that is going on in your life at this time going into July. So I think this is a very good sign, very good feeling. And then the Oracle card is tick-tock. So you might be feeling like you're up against the clock for something. You might be feeling like time is running out, or you may be feeling like you're in a bit of a hurry. So we'll see why. Let's dig into this and see what the recent past is going into July. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, so you may be waiting on someone or something to materialize, and that could be any number of things. This could be waiting on work to come your way. This could be waiting on something that you've been working on to start to come together, or this could be waiting on even love coming into your life. This could be working with others, and this could be a lot about manifestation. But with that said, we need to check out the cards and see more about what's going on here. So the overall circumstance for July is the Sun, and this is very nice. The Sun, to me, the Sun, a lot of the times, this is about being in sync with the universe, God, the creator, source, spirit, agreeing with you that what you want, it's supporting you in that. And this is also being very, very driven, being creative, having everything that you need at your disposal. This is a very energetic time. The Sun gives life, and so this is a very abundant or creative time for you. So this is overall very, very good. So if you're waiting for something to come your way, I think that this is a great feeling for that to materialize and manifest in your life. But what is your challenge? You have the Six of Cups. All right, so you may be definitely a feeling of nostalgia, maybe looking back to a time where you were a little bit more youthful, or a time in your life where you felt you felt different, you felt youthful, you felt energetic. It was a happy time. And there are some things about this time in your life that are kind of coming back around to revisit you. So I don't know. I have a feeling that you might be waiting on someone or something to enter into your life, and I think this is kind of what this is about. But let's see. What is the foundation? What is your subconscious feeling? Thinking, everything in that area, what's going on in your shadow side. Let's have a look. You have the Five of Cups, so you're worried about disappointment, you're worried about setbacks, you're worried, your biggest fear at this time in your life is maybe not getting what you're hoping or wanting, what you're hoping for, and we do have this TikTok here. So this could very much represent being worried about time running out, or worrying about a missed opportunity. And this Three of Wands kind of makes me feel that way too. So you definitely have a level of anxiety or worry in July over something. And what that something could be, it could be love. You could be, honestly, you could have somebody in July coming back around to revisit you. And this is funny because this seems to be like a repeating theme for Aquarius for some reason. And a lot of readings I've done is that there just seems to be this feeling or the scenario of somebody or something from the past coming around for a second opportunity or a second chance. And again, in July, I see this where this is a revisiting of something, a do-over, or another opportunity, another chance, especially if there was a missed opportunity. And this is this could very, very much be about a missed opportunity in love, or in some kind of relationship, or even in work. But we do have the Ace of Cups here, so intuitively I just felt right away this is kind of about love, rekindling a relationship, or having somebody, an acquaintance from the past, come around in your life again, wanting another opportunity, or you wanting another opportunity with that person, or even the two of you just couldn't sync up and allow that to happen at that time in your life. So here it comes back around again. But let's see what's coming toward you. Oh, well, look at that. You have the Two of Cups. So definitely, this could be friendship. It doesn't have to be love. This could be a renewed friendship. It could be a renewed love. It's very interesting, though, because I do feel like this is very, very reminiscent of the past coming back for another opportunity. And I think this is going to be a big theme for you in July, especially if you're seeing that now, where you have some communication with somebody from the past. But we got to dig into this some more. But what's the advice? What's in the advice position? Okay, well, you have the Six of Swords, Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, again, is very much about that fear and that anxiety, that worry. And sometimes we can let our worries and fears get the best of us. We don't have to be... we don't have to succumb to the what if, or that's kind of what this feels like. This is kind of what this tells me. It's the big what if. You have the Five of Cups in the position of what would kind of tell me what you're worried about the most, or what gives you anxiety and fear. And that's that feeling of loss of a relationship, or love, or opportunity. And then you have the Nine of Swords. So there's this feeling of grief, worry, that whatever it is coming into your life in July, there's this feeling that you might be worried that it's not going to happen, it's not going to play out the way you want, and then it's probably giving you a little anxiety. This may be, or must be, something you want very much for yourself at this time in your life. So you may have some worry about that, and this is saying to not put your energy into the worry and the fear and the what if, but to turn that around and just trust the process, that this is a choice in how you are wanting to approach this, or how you are thinking about this, that it doesn't have to be fear-based or worry. Because this is very positive, especially with the sun in the in the present circumstance, or in the present overall feeling or outlook. In July, the sun is there, so you have the sun with a lot of positive cards, and the two cards that are kind of about that fear, worry, and the negativity are both in positions that are not saying that's what is happening or what is going to happen or anything like that. These are in positions where it shows that that's a heightened state of worry or anxiety internally, something you're internalizing, and so that's kind of, I think, calling attention to not feed into that. So what do you have that's influencing you in your environment? You have Judgment. Okay, interesting. Judgment is Judgment I think is calling you to not make a choice or a decision about this, but to kind of wake up, to in a sense, to perk up, to wake up, to it's almost saying here that to shift your thinking in your feelings about the situation into a more positive outlook. This Judgment a lot of times could be about decisions and choices. It could also be about decisions and choices that affect us that sometimes we don't have a say in. But I think, to me, this is about just saying to wake up to what is good, wake up to what is beneficial to you, and to really get in touch with your feelings, have a fuller understanding of things in the big picture, and not to look at things such narrowly or focus on one or two little negative aspects of what's going on at this time in your life. This saying to wake up, there's so much going for you at this time that it doesn't have to be very narrowly focused on some things that give you anxiety or worry. We do have, look at that. So we have the Six of Wands here, and this is in your hopes and fears. So that's interesting. So you're very worried about the outcome in July. Whatever is going on with this person or situation that you are working through in July, you're very worried about the outcome. And I don't think you have to be worried. I really do think Judgment is saying to not put your energy into worry and fear, that it's a choice. It's a choice to choose that energy. And Judgment is saying to wake up to yourself and how you are not necessarily how you are, but how you may be feeding into parts of this because you are so very attached to the outcome. And that's understandable, because a lot of times we get very, very worked up and worried and attach our well-being to a specific outcome. But I don't think this is really something that you have to stress too much over. You have the Nine of Coins here in the outcome. So you have a lot going for you here that I think is to your benefit. And I think any worry, anxiety, or fear is really is something that you're kind of telling yourself. You may be feeling this way because of a fear of the past repeating itself, a fear of disappointment. It's not actual disappointment, but this is a fear of disappointment, a fear of these things playing out in the way that you don't want them to. This is a very feeling reading. To me, it has a lot of feeling, has a lot of emotion. But it also has a lot of thought, and the thoughts that are going around in your head at this time need to be maybe turned around, turned the other way, because you might be overly focused on the worry, the what if, and you might be feeling very attached to any outcomes in this. So we're going to pull some cards to clarify and see what is going on. What is usually I don't want to get overly in-depth clarifying on a lot of the cards, but there's some cards here that kind of piqued my interest. But I feel like this is a very clear reading and it doesn't need a lot of clarification. So, what is Judgment? Judgment to me is the biggest mystery here, because I don't think this is about you making any choices or decisions in this. I think this is about you kind of opening yourself up to the bigger picture. This could be about you having anxiety and worry over this person that you're dealing with or this situation. Because keep in mind, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could also be a situation that you're very much attached to the outcome. But I do feel like this is somebody from the past, or somebody that you're wanting to materialize a relationship with. And you might be worried about what they do choose. You might be worried that they, that they don't... you may be worried that they don't want to pursue that. And I think maybe the Judgment card is trying to call you to shift or turn your thinking around into something that's a lot more positive. So, because this is a very positive reading, you have the Knight of Swords here in Judgment. And so I think you have to... I think you have to change your thinking. I think you have to, you may even have to force yourself to change the way you're thinking and looking at things in July, because that overwhelming fear is something that, it may be something that just keeps trying to, it keeps trying to break into your energetic space. It keeps trying to penetrate your mind and try to... overtake you. And so a lot of times if we get into a negative thought pattern, a repetitive negative thought pattern, it can have a profound impact on how things turn out. It can slow the process of things down. It can have a profound effect on the outcome and how things turn out. So I do think that this is saying you have to really change your thinking. You have to change the way you're approaching this, and that is an internal thing that I think you're dealing with. So in July, I think you have a lot going for you. I think this is just having to turn around the way you are thinking about this and approaching it. The Knight of Swords, it could also be... a signal that, this is the big turnaround in your life at this time. And I feel like this is a very quick, sudden turn of events for you in July. So you might be going into July thinking, this sounds crazy. You don't have anybody coming into your life. You don't have anybody coming back around to revisit you. This could just be something that materializes very quickly and plays out of nowhere. But you do have that feeling of reconnection, reunions from people from the past, someone from the past. You have a past love or a missed opportunity, something of that nature. And that Nine of Coins there is in the outcome, which is beautiful. That is really getting closer and closer to what you want, what you've been hoping for lately. And so that Nine of Coins is approaching that fulfillment. And that fulfillment isn't a material fulfillment. This to me is about that overall well-being in life, having that feeling of well-being, peace, that not only things are better in the material, things might improve, and it might signal that that's part of it, but this is about that feeling of emotional balance, physical well-being, and having more of what you want in life the way you want it. It's peace, and it is having just calm waters, smooth sailing, things really starting to go your way, and just being content. And so you do have a big shift in July, Aquarius, and I do think somebody is really coming around to revisit you in this month for many of you. And again, this isn't for everybody. This isn't going to resonate with everybody, but so for those of you that have somebody from the past coming back, or a new love coming into your life or a new person, this is a very good indicator that the biggest struggle you have is worry. And this is very much about overcoming your worries, to let things flow naturally, to let things happen naturally, to not be attached to outcomes and expectations, but to let things just unfold the way that that they should. I really don't need to clarify anything else, because to me, it looks just, it's crystal clear. So you might be waiting for this to come in, and I think it's coming. The Emperor, be like the Emperor. I think this is saying that you need to be this way. You need to be sure of yourself, confident, strong, knowing what you want, being determined, but feeling like whatever it is that you're seeking at this time in your life, that knowing confidently that things are going to turn out the way, or very close to the way that you want them. You have the sun here. This is the universe. It's agreeing with you. It wants what you want. So you can rest easy, you can relax, you can let go of those fears, worries, and anxiety. You have the Ace of Cups. That is perfect. That's a great sign, because this is a new beginning. This is a new start in love. This is a new direction, a new path. And you have the Two of Cups. So what could be better? The outcome is great. So with that, Aquarius, I'm going to wrap this up and say July is going to be interesting. And we'll see what comes your way. Keep me posted. Leave me a thumbs up if this fits with you. Leave a comment and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more. If you're not subscribed, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.